Hey everyone, this is Sterling Sherrill from Sterling Ventures Marketing, and today I wanted to go over something that has been kind of gnawing at me ever since I came across some folks, and they were a lot younger than me and making a lot more money, and I'm like, how are they doing this? And thought I'd share the results and kind of where this can help you at any age, whether you're an older guy like me or, a young buck coming up, and some common traits that I see out there. So I call this the nightclub or the chapel, and it's how so many 20 somethings are becoming millionaires out there right now. It happened with little fanfare, prognostication, or justification, yet there I was in a local hotel conference room, and they were all around me. Men and women, I want to say boys and girls, but that might be condescending. Mostly half my age and millionaires. Not inherited, not lucky to get equity in some Silicon Valley stock, or MIT whiz kids who came up with some solution to aging. I thought I had done well for myself to even be flying to Austin, Texas to be in attendance. The business I had started less than 2 years earlier had taken off, and I was making more in a month than many full years as an employee. In fact, just to be invited to this congregation, you had to meet some fairly lofty income standards. Then I started meeting the others coming through the doors. There was a 26-year-old who had to step out and take a call from a nine-figure fund manager. The fund had bought one of his companies, and part of the deal was he had to consult with them when needed. It turned out that need for advice was more than you would think a group of experienced millionaires would seek advice from any young man. No wonder he was driving a car more expensive than my first house. Then there was a young married couple who less than a year earlier had been struggling to make ends meet while living in a small Los Angeles apartment. Later, I got to see pictures of the custom-made car the husband had ordered from the dealer. However, my most surprising and awakening encounter came with a 22 and 24-year-old pair of partners sitting right next to me. Their company had just passed the $1 million revenue mark in under a year. That was quite impressive, but not what got my attention. It turns out that this gathering was the first time these two partners had even met face to face. One lived in Thailand while the other in Canada. The fact that they had no need to even be on the same continent to form a seven-figure business in under a year was mind-boggling to someone like me. Their company? A small manufacturer of natural health supplements called Nested Naturals. Now, what's really going on? If you know me, my mind races to reverse engineer how things are created. I was a kid tearing apart the digital alarm clock, hacking the cable box to get free HBO, and spending hours coding the Commodore 64 computer to produce flying shapes on the screen. At the conclusion of that 3-day meeting, I became determined to find out what allowed all these kids, that's right, I said it, to become so wildly successful. Yes, all the businesses were marketed and sold online and required no traditional retail or wholesale setups, but there was something more. After wrestling with what common trait that was shared, I figured it out. It was not just marketing online. It was not even how they marketed online. It was who they marketed to online. That was a common trait. What does this mean for your business today? There is no reason to spend a single dime of advertising that is not specifically created, distributed, and consumed by your ideal customer. That is how these companies, including mine, were able to become so successful so quickly. Yet I see today there are many business owners still trying to use what I call the nightclub method of marketing online. Nightclub marketing would be the equivalent of getting all dressed up and going to a club with the intent of just propositioning everyone until they got a hookup for the night. Pardon the crudeness of that comment, but I think it's apt to describe how many are approaching online marketing right now. They throw something on Facebook, Twitter, AdWords, YouTube, blogs, Pinterest, SEO, wherever. It's the belief that you have to advertise everywhere. While I can see this being rationalized, that is not how the fastest growing and most profitable businesses are approaching online marketing. Just because there are eyeballs everywhere does not make all eyeballs equal to put your message in front of them. Take a look at the chart of the amount of ads versus engagement according to SJ Insights. Average number of just advertisements and brand exposures per day are like 5,000 plus. That means billboards to, your salt that you see on your table that has something on there. Just all kinds of brands and ads that we kind of get exposed to every single day. Now, out of that, the average of ads only exposures per day is 362. So not just seeing brands that we have even in our homes, but just specific ads, whether it be on television or the internet, billboards, things like that. 362 per day. Ads only noted per day means the ones that your mind kind of says, okay, I had 100. You filter out, a couple hundred of those, and that's kind of, you note that we're maybe of some interest. We're 153. The ones that had awareness that kind of got more attention, 86. But the ones that make an actual impression, which means engagement, like make someone respond, just 12. The thought used to be all about visibility, so people would buy billboard space, local radio spots, yellow pages, direct mail, all. The same strategy online is actually a waste of money. It is the equivalent of being that guy or girl running from person to person in the nightclub trying to get someone to accept you for the night. The law of averages will say that someone will go home with you, but is that the way to run a business? And what about AdWords? And I want to put this specifically in here, okay? It is just too expensive and waste money on AdWords, period. That's it. AdWords was my first ever foray into marketing online back in 2007. I began by advertising as an affiliate, which means I got paid for the leads that converted for a company that sold diet supplements. At the time, I was able to get clicks on my ads for under $1. This allowed me to make a profit from the manufacturing company and net up myself. I made about $1,500 a month in commissions. It wasn't bad, but because I was working a full-time job at a chemical distribution company at the time, this was just some side money I was able to make. Now that AdWords has become the first choice for so many local companies, the prices have risen accordingly. As an example, here are some very typical local search phrases and the suggested bid provided by Google. Google recommends this bid for every click in order for your ad to be seen. Take a look. For local searches like Minneapolis Roofing Company, a click, $51.96. That's what they're saying. Dallas Dentist, $17.89. San Diego Chiropractor, $8.69. Orlando Plumber, $24.19. That means on their advertise, if you go to AdWords and the people, other roofing companies are bidding so much that's what that goes to. Dallas Dentist, that's what the bid needs to go for you to win. Because it's a bidding system, and those are the suggested bids that Google's telling you that you need to put in to win, to be seen for those phrases when someone types that in. These are prices you must budget per click. It's likely someone searching for a roofing company is going to be doing research before deciding on one to choose. They're likely to click multiple links during this research. Can you imagine paying $51 for a non-converting click? It could easily cost thousands of dollars per month in wasted ad spend. If a top roofer got, say, 5 clicks per day, that would be $255 based on Google's projections. A great conversion rate from AdWords is about 3%. Let's say the ad converted at 5%, which would be incredible. That means that 95% of the $255 is written off as a loss. That would be $242.25 each day as wasted ad spend on people not really interested in even making a purchase. Over a 30-day period, that is $7,267.50 in ad spend that is wasted. Even on the lowest estimate, the chiropractor waste would be about $1,238. And the same thing, people just doing research, that's not going to come to you. But even worse, we all know that there are many clicks that are accidentally hit on phones. You still have to pay for those too. Yet people accept these types of advertising losses to be part of the normal cost of doing business. Only if you are acting like the nightclub marketer should this even be accepted. This is the better way. Sure, there are people who are fine with the nightclub method. They're typically young and want little in the way of long-lasting relationships, okay? But if you are a business owner, the last thing you want is to scramble all the time to get a new client. So, alluding back to the nightclub, just because someone tells you there is a lot of attention there does not equate with being successful. You can be at all the popular social media sites and still not make money. A business owner is looking for a long-term, meaningful relationship, so there is not the constant frenzy found in a nightclub or the latest and greatest social media site. This is all about being able to focus on the exact type of person you want. If a person wants to get married, perhaps raise a family, and grow old together, a nightclub mentality will not do. You need to focus on the type of person you want to be with forever. This will lead to a chapel where you commit to one another. The purpose is to provide stability and assurance. That's the same as a marriage or a long-term relationship. So how do you do it? If you're not supposed to go here and be everywhere, how do you do it? The first thing you need to do is know what characteristics define your ideal client. You need to write down all those things that you want, just like many of us do when we look for a life partner. Write them down, okay? If you want male or female, you want average income range, you want married or single, you want an age range, you want likes, are they into fitness, hunter, country music, TV shows, books, and who has their attention now? Where are they going now? Where are you going to find them? If it's not the nightclub, where exactly are these people gravitating towards? So you can't do this with mindless tweets, AdWords, snaps, or even SEO. The one place you can basically take the above list verbatim, okay, and paste into a target your ideal customer, patients, and clients is using Facebook's Ad Manager. Here's an example of what this can look like using Facebook targeting. Took the same list, and here it is. Location where they at. Say we're in Dallas, okay? Dallas within the 25-mile radius of Dallas, okay? We want them between ages 25 and 40. We want gender, we want female. We want people who match an income range from 50,000 to over 500,000. You can do 50,000, 75,000 if that's your ideal client, or you can go over 500,000. You can even narrow that down more than I did there. And also must match interests, country music or Target Corporation. Do they like shopping at Target? And behaviors, they're into fitness. So now you're narrowing it down, and then where you can place that is, where then after you do that, say, okay, Facebook, I want you to put my ads in front of those people that I put in there, and that's going to get you a potential reach. I put the arrow there of 96,000 people. Not, it's not 1 million people, or I don't know how many people live in the Dallas metro area, probably 3 million plus. You don't want all of them. They're not going to be, just because they view your video or click your ad or see your ad doesn't make them your ideal client or customer. It just really doesn't. So you want to narrow that down. That begins to narrow that down. And if you want more, you can narrow that down. You can narrow that down to 1,000, 2,000, whatever. But now you're focusing your attention and your ad spend on those people. You simply cannot do this type of targeting, the type that spends your ad money only to your best prospects, on any other site right now. Even if you do SEO, which is meant to bring your site to the tops of the searches on Google, you won't get this ability. SEO is expensive to have done right. It takes literally hundreds of hours of continually programming a website to be shown at the top of a limited number of search phrases. Then, whenever Google changes what SEO qualities are more important, you got to start all over again. All the other social media platforms have some semblance of targeting, but not the extent of Facebook. There is no need to spread out your advertising dollar, okay? With over 1 billion users to reach, a local, national, even worldwide company can simply plug in the desired characteristics and get seen by those most likely to want what you do. A long-term, meaningful relationship. In fact, I believe it's detrimental to scatter your ad budget if your goal is to focus on getting only your ideal clients. The more time you spend scanning the nightclub scene, the more likely another savvy business owner is taking away your long-term clients. You simply cannot afford to be everywhere, not because it costs too much money, but because even if it's successful, you'll end up with less than desirable relationships. That's great if you're going for that, but not great if you're trying to establish a business. It's ironic that I learned this from studying the 20 somethings who who know this better than the so-called more experienced, like me. It's time we all started following their lead and head to the chapel. Hey, would you like me to create an entire 3-second client system tailored for you for free? One that is customized for your exact business and market, one that allows you to test out this system for yourself using the same process I lay out in the report. That's just an example right there of what we'd be doing together. And let me tell you why. I'm happy to help you design a custom mobile ad campaign with a corresponding mobile optimized redemption page, one that will help you attract new clients so you can become the #1 choice for those seeking your exact services. I'm not talking about some canned program for everyone. We will map out your unique campaign cooperatively on the phone together in real time. That way I know exactly the type of offer and presentation you want to present to your marketplace. At the end of our conversation, you will have in your hands a customized blueprint to plug and play in your own Facebook mobile campaign. Now, why would I offer such a deal? Now, let me be honest. I offer the service because I am also a consultant of business professionals in their markets. There's a pretty good chance that the plan I come up with will be so good, you may well want to hire me to implement the entire campaign on your behalf. That way, you do not have to worry about anything except servicing the new clients I bring in for you. You see, as a business owner myself, I heard all the great pitches from marketing gurus and companies. So when I decided to set up my own agency, I determined I was not going to try to put out sales pitches to get clients. Instead, I'll provide the value first before money is exchanged. It's the kind of deal I wanted but never found. Because I'm so confident in my system, I envision you hiring me as a likely event. But even if you do not, you're free to take the campaign just as we lay out, and you can use it on your own. I claim no proprietary ownership of the plan. It is my gift to you. If you decide not to hire me, I'm happy to have helped you and hope you'll consider me for future projects. Plus, I believe you will feel good referring me to anyone you know who's looking to get more clients to their business. Now, what if this is just a waste of your time? But like I said, talk is cheap, so I further pledge this. If, from our call, we decide to work together, I will do a week of advertising for your business on my credit card, not yours. That's right, I will pay for up to $100 on your behalf. Then one of the three things will happen when this trial is wrapped up. One, you're so thrilled with how well it went and know it will get better, you decide to hire me to maintain and improve this client getting campaign every month. Oh yeah, no contracts ever. You are not locked in past a month commitment. Or number two, you're happy, but you decide to run it for yourself with your setup using the blueprint we laid out. If so, I will be disappointed not to continue with you, but wish you the best. You just reimburse me the actual money I spent on the ads. That'll be, I will show you, of course, up to $100. I'll give you proof of what was spent on the ads. Or number three, you're unhappy with how the whole process and trial went, that you refuse to hire me and decline reimbursing me any funds spent on your behalf. That is a chance I am taking on you, and understand I have to do everything possible to make sure you are not disappointed. Now, I have never had to do this, so I'm going to do my best to keep my perfect track record. If we do proceed to work together, please note my monthly fee for running, improving, and generating real documented results for you is $2,000 per month, plus a one-time setup fee of $500 to get your page to the exact specs I know will work fast. By documented, I mean real live clients and patients, in your case, who come to your office as a direct result of our ads that can be tracked by both parties. Oh yeah, I will never work with competing practitioners in the local area. Once you have an area secured, I will not have a conflicting offer running against you. So if I'm already being retained for your area, I will let you know then. Does that sound fair? Sorry, but the truth is, before we continue to this next level, please know I cannot help everyone. You need to be a well-respected practitioner in your field, one who is looking to provide real results for your clients. No scam artist will get my help. You also need to be willing to pay for advertising to gain clients. If you're looking for free solutions, then I'm really not your guy. You also must be able to have the processes, staff, and facility in place to handle the new leads I bring to your door. I do not want this to be a short-term arrangement that falls apart. Thus, this offer is also
also not for beginners or people not totally committed to building a real service-oriented business. Now, when you're ready to talk about potentially working with me, now, if you feel that you wish to apply for a time to talk with me, here's what you need to do. One, click the application link. You will go to the right page to start. Okay. Number two, fill out the questions as honest as you can and leave your phone number. All right. Number three, then after reviewing, I will let you know either way if I think we can work together. But do hurry on your decision to schedule a call. If a direct competitor in your area has already contracted with me, I have to pass on helping you. So make sure to apply fast if interested. Thanks a lot.